Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. I live in Louisiana, and I am so grateful that you stopped by for a visit today. So why don't you grab yourself a drink, maybe a snack, and a project to work on, and let's visit. Hey friends, thanks for joining me at my desk today. First off, I hope you're all having a great day, a wonderful Wednesday. It is WIP Wednesday, so be sure to tell me in the comments what your WIP is, what you have going on today, whether you're working on a crochet, knitting, loom knitting, diamond painting, whatever you're working on today. You might be working on laundry. Today I am going to work on a crossbody bag made with granny squares, and I will put some links in the description box below. But I'm using this Big Twist Flex. It's 208 yards, and it's a number 4 weight yarn, but it looks pretty thick to me. It does look like more of a thin 5. It's a thicker of a 4 if it is a 4. Anyway, so I am going to put this on my it's called a Wool Jeanie. I call it a Yarn Jeanie because here in the United States, we don't say wool like, I think across the pond. You guys just call yarn wool no matter what it is, I think. Like we call Coke. We call all soft drinks Coke no matter what it is. I think, and y'all can, tell me if I'm wrong, but I think y'all just refer to yarn as wool, right? Anyway, the lady who made this, she calls them Wool Jeanies, but I don't think she's across the pond, but anyway, I call it a Yarn Jeanie. And when I'm using a smaller yarn, I can use this, but when I'm using a great big skein of yarn that's too big to fit on here, because it needs to fit that way. Anyway, I like how this, when I'm doing like a granny square, this just kind of free flows and I don't have to do anything. Like I don't have to pull out more yarn or anything like that. So I think I'm going to do this with a 5mm hook, and let me see what this is. Yep, this is an H hook, which is a 5, and so I think that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, I'll leave some links in the description box below if that will help anyone out. But basically you make 2 granny squares and you make a little purse out of it. So that's what I'm doing. Now, I'll be real honest with you guys. Big Daddy and I are signed up to do a event, like where you set up a tables and you sell your items. We are signed up to do an event at the end of June. I question whether we are going to be able to do that. I don't know how anyone with chronic health issues and chronic pain, just, I don't know how anyone would do that. So Big Daddy's like, yeah, we can do it. I'm like, you barely can't even walk. What are you talking about? Because it's a lot to it. It's a lot to, like, loading the car, making sure you got all your supplies and things, and change for money. You got to have some ones and all that kind of 5s and 10s and all that kind of stuff to be able to make change. And then, once you get to your event, so you got to think of all those little things you're going to need, like bags and, you better take your scissors and all this kind of stuff just in case you need that. And then once you get there, you've got to, unload your vehicle, get your table set up, and, get your merchandise out and displayed and all that, So it is a lot to it. It's not just, you walk in and you're there. to do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of prep work plus getting there and doing the work. So I don't feel like I'm up to it. I've been having some really, really rough days, weeks, a month. I don't know. I've been struggling. And Big Daddy is too. He's having a lot of problem with his knees. His knees bend backwards on him. And he can just be walking and just fall because his knees just go backwards. And, he don't feel good, you know, he's not in great health himself. And so I don't know what he's thinking that we're going to be able to do that, but I feel like I'm not up to it. I'm just going to be honest. And so I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this event. I'm kind of overwhelmed with thinking about projects I need to do for it. I was going to make some crossbody bags and some other things. I don't do well under pressure. I do better at waking up and saying, oh, today I want to crochet such and such. And then I work on that project. I don't do well with something hanging over my head, like I've got to do this, I've got to do that. That just sucks the enjoyment out of it for me. So, yeah. So that's the other thing. That's, you know, another thing about it. And we don't have anyone that can help us set that up and do all that. My son Dakota would be working, and we just don't have anybody else that we can do that. You know, we can't take anybody with us because our car is going to be loaded to the max. We wouldn't be room for another person. That means I couldn't take merchandise if I took someone else. And I don't need a kid to help me anyway. You know, because it's going to be serious. We got to get this done quickly and move quickly. And so I don't want to take a kid to help. Plus, they wouldn't be able to ride in my car anyway. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like... I don't feel like we're going to be doing this. And I feel like I might need to change. Once I get started with the project, then I can usually change to a different hook. And I'm looking for, oh, there it is. Looking for my H hook in this. Alright, so anyway, but I had said that I was going to make crossbody bags for that. And, like I said, and I've been having a lot of trouble with my pinky, this pinky right here. Some days it just does not want to do anything. It is ice cold, frozen, and just in a lot of pain, and just doesn't want to work. Yesterday, it took me all day just to be able to unlock the front door. I could not unlock the front door yesterday because I couldn't do anything with that pinky. It wouldn't do anything. And so, and like right now, it's throbbing in some pain right now. So, yeah, there's a lot of days like that, and I'm not going to be able to crochet and do all these projects that I need to do for that event. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to Big Daddy about that again. Just tell him that I just really don't feel like that either one of us is up to it. I don't feel like that's our calling. Because I don't know how anyone with chronic pain and chronic health would do that. I don't know. If you are in the... I don't know if I put too many chains. I think I might have put more chains where I didn't need chains. Okay, 3 in the chain. Okay, I got it down. What I need to do is make that loop a little smaller. Because that loop looked really big. If you fall in the chronic health department with chronic pain and such, and you do events like this, market events or whatever, tell me your secret. Like, how do you do that? and another thing, with chronic pain, you never know how you're gonna wake up. You never know how you're gonna feel from day to day, and so I've been having some really crummy days. Just to be quite honest with you guys, I've been struggling and having some crummy days where it's all I can do to, halfway function. And I feel like you need to be fully functioning to do things like that. So yeah, tell me your secrets. Like, how do you do it? How do you manage? Now, today I have been on the phone all day. I'm so sick of the phone. If my phone rings, I might just throw it across the room. But when I saw my pain doctor last on, I think about the 19th of last month, he said I need to schedule you for your pump refill for my pain pump that is inserted in my abdomen on the left side. And so he left out of the room and came back and said, okay, I got you scheduled for the 2nd of May. And I was like, okay. Well, nothing ever showed up on my chart about that. And so I know sometimes they wait till the day before to call you to tell you what time to be there. And this has to be done at the hospital in the, in like a procedure room, like surgery room. Oh. Sorry about that. I was getting a phone call. And I didn't throw the phone. But it has to be done in like in surgery, a surgery room. And so anyway, so I've been on the phone all day just checking on that. I've been calling all week and hadn't been able to get anyone, but they're not in the office every day of the week. And so I finally got her today, and I told her, he said he scheduled me for that, but there's nothing on my chart about it, so I don't know if it's really happening. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, all I know is he left out of the room. He came back and said that I got you scheduled for May 2nd. And so she looked in there in the doctor's notes and all that, and she's like, sure enough, he's got you scheduled for 5/2. And I was like, that's tomorrow. And so, I don't know. That just doesn't look like, it doesn't look right. 2, 1, 2. Okay, so this would be the 4th one. Okay, I guess it does look right. Anyway, so she had to change my appointments around and stuff like that because I wouldn't go for. It's in Shreveport, which is about 2.5 hour trip for us, and so I wouldn't go tomorrow and then turn around and go again the next day, right? And so she had to change some scheduling around, swap us around and stuff, but she still hasn't got it in the computer about what time to be there tomorrow, but she says she's going to have that in there in a little bit. So yeah, I do have a procedure tomorrow. It shouldn't be that much to it. I'm hoping it's not. But they do have to do that in a sterile environment in the OR and all. So we will be headed to Shreveport tomorrow to have that done. And then headed back home. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Well, last I saw, we're supposed to have a lot of rain. So I hope it's not too bad. I hope we don't have too much rain. But anyway, so today, like I said, I've been on the phone all day, and that when you're like, when you have to play that person going between insurance and doctor's offices, and I also was on the phone with the home health nurse place. They're supposed to be flushing my port that has not been flushed, the portacath in my chest, since March the 1st. And I don't know if they'll give me an IV tomorrow, but if they do, and they put it in the portacath, then it will get flushed after that. But it needs to be flushed monthly. So we skipped all of April, and it needs to be flushed. So I've been on the phone trying to figure out insurance and all that kind of stuff to get that going. And yeah, it's a pain in the rear. It is a pain. It's exhausting trying to, coordinate all your medical stuff and, keeping up with your procedures. Just like my thing needs to be flushed. Keeping up with that and making sure it gets done and stuff, and getting the supplies to do it. It is a lot to it. It's a lot to being sick. And as somebody said, a chronic illness is not for the weak. And it is not. It is not. It is a lot to all this. And making sure you're getting I have a feeding tube on the right side of my stomach. So I have to, make sure I got supplies coming for that. And, keeping up with my stuff like that. So, yeah, I've had a lot going on. But I think this will be a really pretty crossbody purse. I love this pink, and it has these flecks in it of different colors. I see like some light blue and some yellow, and it may have more colors as I get down in there. I'm not sure. My hand's not wanting to cooperate, but I'm making it do it anyway. This finger, this little pinky here, it has gave me a lot of trouble. It really has. And if you're new here and don't know, I have lupus and scleroderma and Raynaud's, and Raynaud's has made me lose fingers because the fingers die. I'm medication resistant. And that little pinky, the only one I got left, has just been giving me a lot of trouble, hurting, and by the end of the day, every day, it is in so much pain. But the whole finger itself just feels like it's plastic on the outside. But by the end of the day, it is just so painful all the way around here. And hurting, on the inside and everything. And like I said yesterday, I could not do anything with this finger. I could not unlock my front door. And I was trying all different ways. Let me see. I have my chart pulled up on the computer over here. And so I'm trying to see when she puts that in, what time I need to be there tomorrow. So I can let Big Daddy know, so he'll know if has time to go to work in the morning for a little bit before we go or not. I'm thinking I'll probably have to be there kind of early-ish. Not, late in the evening. But anyway, yeah, I could not open the front door, couldn't unlock it. And I was just having trouble doing anything with it. And so I struggle enough as it is, and I don't need that finger not to be cooperating with me. But anyway, guys, yeah, I don't know. So I started this crossbody bag. It's not what I really want to make today. I want to make some hats for my big-headed Blythe dolls. I'm wanting to make some hats for them. I'd rather be doing that than this, really. And no, I have not finished my birthday cake, blanket. I just need to start on this. If we're gonna do that event, then I've got to start on something for it. I got to make stuff for it. So I did not finish my birthday blanket. I will be crocheting on it off and on throughout the month. But for a little bit, I need to be doing one of these a day. That ain't gonna happen. But it's what I need to be doing, not what I'm probably gonna be doing. But and I have other projects that I just want to do. So who knows? Who knows what this month will bring? But and I have finished the duck blanket. So all people always ask about that. I have finished it, but I'm not going to show it on video yet because I need to give it to the grandmother, and she does, you know, watch my channel some, and so after I give it to her, then I can share that video. But yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm almost finished with this little round. I don't know how many rounds I'm going to do on this. Maybe about 6 to 8 at the most, but I'm thinking probably about 6. I want to keep it kind of on the smaller side so it's not huge. But I don't line my bags. But the way I use my bags is if I have small stuff, I put that small stuff into a little pouch, and I put those pouches in these bags. I do have a lined one that someone did make and send me, and I appreciate that, and I love it. I love the colors of it, and I've used it plenty of times. But sometimes when I'm just leaving out of the house, I just grab whatever's closest to me. And if I grab one that I made that's not lined, the stuff I put in it, I just put in little pouches. These little zipper pouches, let me see if I can find one right here. Here's one right here. And I just, you know, like chapstick or just whatever, and ink pens or whatever I might need, I'll put in a pouch like this and then put down in my crossbody bag. That way, and then my cell phone can just go in the bag. It's not going to slip through these little bitty holes in my wallet. So, I just put any small items that I need to take with me on that trip and something like this. And that's easier to take in stores. It's easier for me for something like that. But, yeah, I don't line my bags. Okay, calm down. That thing gets a little happy sometimes. What was I gonna say? Oh, and I'm using a 5 hook on this, H hook. A lot of times I do use a 6 hook, but I thought, well, I need to make them kind of a little bit smaller. I bought 2 skeins of this yarn because I just wasn't sure how much yarn I was going to need to make the 2 granny squares plus a strap, the strap, you know. So it would be nice if I could get all that out of 1 skein of yarn. And I'm going to make the squares, and, you know, you got to crochet around those to put them together, and then crochet the strap on it too. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, there is going to be links in the description box below this video. And I know, you know, like I'm sitting here saying, you know, how I've been struggling, hadn't been feeling well and all that. And I know people are going to say, don't worry about doing videos, but I have to worry about doing videos. I use that income to help pay for my medical supplies that insurance doesn't cover, such as my feeding tube formula. Insurance doesn't cover not one drop of that. And then my other supplies, like gauze and tape and all that kind of stuff, insurance will cover a tiny bit of it. Well, they'll cover like 80%, and then I have 20%, plus I have to buy extra because they don't supply everything you need for the whole month. Their months are different from mine. My months have more days than they do. But plus, I have to change my split gauze. I put a 4x4 split gauze around my tube because it leaks a lot. And so I have to change that a couple of times a day, or my shirt, you know, will end up wet. And, you know, stuff like that, ointments to go on it, and tape. Insurance doesn't send the good tape. They send the horrible tape. So yeah, I use my YouTube money to cover things like that. So it's not like I can just stop and not do videos. I have to work even when I feel bad because, yeah, I've gotta buy my medical supplies. So anyway, just saying that to say, I know people are going to say, don't do videos, don't worry about it, we'll be here. I have to worry about it. Unfortunately. I'm just splitting all over the place. It's not the yarn, it's me. It is totally me, because every yarn is doing that with me. And it's probably a lot to do with my tension being different and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, guys, yeah, don't forget to tell me below what you are working on for WIP Wednesday, whether it's... whether it's a crochet project or whatever you got going on. Tell me about it. And I better get off here. Like I said, I've been on the phone all day and I haven't done anything that I needed to do around here. And finally I was like, okay, I'm just going to sit down and make a video. And crochet for a minute and see if that won't like calm me down, because I was trying to do too many things at one time. And I needed to just stop. Oh, do you know what I'm talking about? And that is just splitting on me. Okay, guys. So anyway, yeah, I need to get up from here and get some things done before Big Daddy gets home from work. And I will see you all in the next video, friends. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.